The imagination of a child. So a beautiful display of black and white shots with really thoughtful cinematography, a lot of use of close-ups in this piece. It really showcases this man creating through all of these close-ups. Cinematography really does tell the story. Structurally, it has a really beautiful flow. I also like the really gradual increase to color from the beginning to the end. It's almost as if this creativity came to light, this idea came to light, so did the color in the piece. That was really beautiful.
Imagination of a child. I really appreciate that there's no words to this piece, and we really got to just center in to the imagery and let that wash over us. And it shows of where creativity can spring to what is created and graces our lives across the globe from it. Where do these sparks come from? And seeing that spark tended to until it grows into the tangible. And that idea of imagination and creativity is something that we need to cherish. It seems like we have it more when we're a kid. We feel more willing to just throw things out there and spend the time on crafting something. And it's interesting to see, yeah, the community that carries that along and how each person needs to have that imagination and tend to that and hold that. So I thought this was really beautiful. And yeah, quite a meditative piece overall.
Imagination of a Child was a difficult short film to understand, but I don't say this in a bad way. I think that it was challenging and thought-provoking because the filmmaker has two different storylines that will collide at some point, but when you start watching it, you don't know what's exactly going on or how are these stories related. A lot of ideas float around, but by the time you learn that the film is about how creative process can come from anywhere, from either a small child or a grown man, and how everything is somehow connected, it becomes a very powerful piece. I was quite delighted by the small poems, the small lines that the filmmaker adds in the process as well. Some of them were a little too fast for me, so I had to return and freeze the image and such. That was a bit of an issue, but other than that, the lines were very beautiful, and the idea and the film itself was incredibly moving. I also like the use of the black and white image and this effect in which images go move backwards. It was very interesting to see, and I think that in a way it was like representing how creative process works, and I like that too. So thanks for saying it, and congratulations on doing such a compelling piece.
I really like the imagination of a child. One, I really like the cinematography. I thought the shots were chef's kiss, like pristine, well framed, intentional, motivated, um, created a feeling. Also paired with the editing style of like moving back and forth, jumping back and forth, um, the titles intercutting, words, music, all of that, like really played well together to create a feeling. Um, also like playing with the time and using the clock as like a motif, like because like I don't know, at least in my films, I like to use motifs. So I appreciate when other people use motifs as like a repetitive thing, home base to kind of come back to throughout the narrative. I think I love doing that in my own stories, and I like when people do it. So I think y'all did it well here. So overall, really great job.